Cornerback Pat Lee matriculated through some big-time programs on his way to Green Bay. A Miami native, he attended legendary Christopher Columbus High School, a program that produced talent like Alonzo Highsmith, Brian Griese, and longtime NFL offensive coordinator Mike Shula, the son of the legendary head coach Don Shula.
I didn't know about those guys when I got to that high school, but I did find out eventually when I got there. And, you know, just carrying on that tradition those guys did. There's also one more person, Alonzo Highsmith. He went there too. And matter of fact, me and him, you know, we kind of stay in touch a little bit, but he went there too, and we battle about who was the best athlete coming out of Christopher Columbus. But, you know, I try to carry on the tradition from Christopher Columbus because it's a great school and a great program down there, and it's still doing good right now. They even have alum weekends like how Green Bay is.
The burgeoning cornerback suited up for Auburn, where he played on an undefeated national championship team. The Packers liked what they saw and drafted Lee in the second round of the 2008 draft.
My parents was the one that told me that I was going to get drafted by Green Bay Packers before the draft even started. It was like, you know, you're from Miami, you know, it's hot down here, I'm going to see you in the cold, and I think it's going to be Green Bay. And that's how my dad told me just like that. And it happened. They called me, and I was like, oh man, it's awesome, man.
Wow, he must have had a vision or something.
Oh, he did. Hey, I'm happy for it.
After being drafted by the Packers, you played behind some really good players, Al Harris, Charles Woodson. Tell me about their influence on you on and off the field.
Oh man, it was funny when I got drafted by Green Bay. It was like, why I'm getting drafted by Green Bay and they got Al Harris and Charles Woodson at corner already. But, you know, learning from those two, the GOATs, basically, it was amazing. You know, those guys taught me a lot. I still stay in touch with Woodson. Me and him golf. We stay in Orlando. He stay in Orlando too. And we golf together sometimes over at his country club, or we golf at my area too. So, but man, learning from them dudes.
Yeah, I'll bet. You know, one of the stories, and I wonder if you can amplify this for me, is that one of the things Woodson did was take the guys in the DB room, especially the young guys like you and Tramon Williams, who was undrafted, and basically teach you how to watch film. Could you go into that and how to be a pro? Tell me about that.
Oh man, how to be a pro is basically the definition of that. You should see Charles Woodson name next to it, because he studied. He told us to study the film, know every alignment, every movement, everything, every yardage, what they do. It was amazing seeing that, because I was never taught that. And him teaching us that, that just elevates your level of play. Yeah. You're just ready to go. And I appreciate him for that. That's awesome.
Now, in addition to Charles, who had a great influence on that whole room, if I'm not mistaken, you were at one point, Joe Witt Jr. comes in when Dom Capers comes in as a defensive coordinator. Joe Witt, for most of us who've been around the NFL for a long time, is one of the greatest position coaches ever. He was the defensive backs coach. Tell us a little bit about him. What was it like working under him, and what did you learn from him?
It was great working with Joe. What I tell guys now, and plus other organizations I've been in, I never had a teacher like Joe. Teacher, he would teach you every single thing about what you have to do on that field and break it down to the point where a 6-year-old could understand it. Learning from him, it was awesome. Your game level of knowing the playbook is going to be high, because he's teaching you the game, and it's very important to him, and you can see the way he teaches it, and he loves it. And, you know, I've been around Joe a long time. I've been around his father a long time. His father coached at Auburn 25 years. He's still there now. And, you know, those two guys, great coaches.
Yeah, but that must have been neat for you to be able to play under Joe Witt Jr. when you knew his dad ahead of time, right?
Yeah, it was awesome.
You know, the Packers' run to the Super Bowl in 2010 became rather improbable when you consider all the injuries you guys had.
Man.
I'll never forget that season. You started out as one of the favorites. By mid-season, you're decimated by injuries.
Yeah.
What was the feeling at mid-season in the locker room?
Oh man, it was rough for me, but I knew my teammates. They was all rooting for each other. You know, they all picked us up one by one. All the guys who was injured and stuff, we all stayed together, and it just felt okay. It felt good. Felt at home. Felt like a family. You know, yes, you're gonna have bumps and bruises. You got to get over it here and there, but it was time to roll. So mid-season, it was just lights on and just get healthy.
Pat, was there a point that you can remember that crystallized that team a Super Bowl team? Because there's a point where all these teams evolve to become a Super Bowl team or they don't. Was there a point in that season that jumps out to you that this is where you said, hey, we can do this?
When we played Philly, the first game,
Okay.
Philadelphia, the first game, and Michael Vick was out there running around, and that was my first time seeing him play. The way we was out there running around, stopping him, I remember he had a long run, and Nick Collins ran him down and basically was on the oxygen tank after that. It was a long run, but it was awesome. It was just, from right then and there, I knew we had something that year because everybody was out to play just 110%.
I don't know if you realize, Pat, but that was the first game that Green Bay had won in Philadelphia since 1962.
I did not know
that opener in 2010.
Wow, I did not know that.
Isn't that amazing?
That's amazing.
And you would have to go back there later in the season and beat them again.
Yes, and that was amazing too. That was even more crazy, especially with the weather too. It was muggy. It was just it was ugly weather, but it was an awesome game.
The following week, after Tremont gets the interception to seal the deal in Philadelphia. Now you guys move on. You're going to play Atlanta, well-rested Atlanta, #1 seed in Atlanta.
In Atlanta.
Tell me about that.
Oh man, Tremont pick.
Yeah.
That was amazing. Seeing that, oh man, it was just being in Atlanta. I had probably over 20-something family members there at that game. It was just because Auburn is down the street. That game was amazing. That game was amazing. And the way the defense played, nobody was going to be able to handle us.
You know, do you remember you got down 7-0, and by halftime, after Tremont's pick six, it was 28-7.
Yes.
At that point, I said to myself, I think this team's going to the Super Bowl. Okay. I didn't know what was in store for the following week, but I said, this is a Super Bowl team.
Oh, that was a great run, man. It was awesome.
And then you played Chicago in that NFC Championship game. I mean, you're talking about
and that
the
nice
two
weather.
Most storied franchises. Yeah, in that nice weather.
That was amazing. Sam had a great game that game, too. He had an interception to take us on.
Yeah.
And BJ Roger, his little dance. Oh, man, you bring back too many memories, and I love it. Oh, man, then we get to the Super Bowl, and then Charles Woodson go down.
Yeah.
Oh, I got an opportunity to come in and help him out and lock down my position and do my job right. So that was a great experience, too.
Wasn't the Super Bowl kind of a reflection of your season? It was amazing because you'd start out the game with your starters, then you'd have these injuries. Driver went out, Woodson goes out. Guys who probably were just going to play special teams are all of a sudden at the end of that game
playing.
Me,
Jared Bush, everybody just it was time to go.
Most will tell you it is special to get the opportunity to play in Green Bay. And it's more than about football to guys like Pat Lee.
I remember staying downtown in my condo and leaving to go to practice. And I think it was like a little snowstorm or whatever just happened. And all right, I had to wake up early to leave because, you know, you get there late, you might get fined. I don't want to get fined. That's a couple thousand. So I left around 5 o'clock in the morning, and I'm leaving out of my garage, and my truck gets stuck in the snow.
Ooh.
It's stuck in the snow, and I'm sitting here, I'm like, all right, I'm going to be late today. I'm going to lose a couple grand, whatever. And I see 4 people, big old jackets, 4 shovels, and I'm like, what is going on? They're about to take me out or something? Came to my truck, knocked on the window. Hey, Pat, they knew it was me. Hey, Pat, we got you. You can stay in the truck. We're going to shove you out and push you out. Don't worry about it.
Wow.
10 minutes got me out of there. Oh, I can't thank those people enough. And that right there, you know, just Green Bay. Green Bay is awesome. I love it. I miss it.